Sunday Night Football just wrapped up with the Buffalo Bills defeating our Green Bay Packers 27-17. Most people didn't expect this game to be close. I didn't expect the Packers victory, but here's my gut reaction to tonight's game. Welcome to the Packer Mentality Podcast. My name is Patrick Corrigan and I'm your host. You can find and follow me on Twitter at Packer Mentality. This episode is only going to be available on YouTube. Please hit the subscribe button below. It costs you nothing. So tonight's loss will drop the Packers to 3-5, but there is some rays of hope, or there is light at the end of this tunnel. Tonight, for the first time, the Packers did commit to the running game, and it was a big day for Aaron Jones. Over 20, he had 20 carries, I think, over 140 yards between Jones and A.J. Dillon, and I think a scramble by Aaron Rodgers. The Packers had over 200 yards rushing, and this was the main reason this game was close. It helped the Packers control the ball, kept the Bills off the field. Directly led to the Packers touchdown in the first half. That ended in a touchdown catch by Romeo Doubs, and was generally the only offense the Packers had for most of the game, because this offensive line had all sorts of problems protecting Aaron Rodgers. He was not able to get enough time to do much of anything for most of the game. He had less than 100 yards passing for most of the game, and this offensive line got pushed around. So the coaching staff has a lot of work to do with this offensive line. This was a good Bills defensive line, but still, that was ugly. Also on the offense, some signs of life from the passing game in the second half, at least. Romeo Doubs, Robert Tonyan, and Aaron Jones had pretty good games catching the ball. They had the majority of the receptions. Samori Toure, 7th round rookie, had a couple of receptions, including a really nice adjustment on a Rodgers scramble. Toure adjusted his route, got open in the end zone, caught his first NFL touchdown pass. Really happy for him. That was a great play, great job. Just showing his understanding of what needs to be done in those situations. Romeo Doubs showed what he showed everybody in minicamp and in training camp. Had a really nice game, including a just amazing acrobatic touchdown catch. On the other side of the ball, the run defense was bad again. This defensive line, while they most of the time can rush the passer, they didn't really do that tonight. This wasn't even a great Bills offensive line, and this defensive line got pushed around, and they were pretty much a non-factor for this game, as far as I could tell watching it live. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not seeing the talent or all the hype around this defensive line. I'm not seeing it, especially in the run game. They were just bad, and if it weren't, if the Bills didn't have such a lead and insisted on throwing the ball, this could have been worse. Now, the run game defense wasn't helped by our linebackers. Quay Walker, early in the first half, got ejected in a stupid overreaction. I don't even know what he was reacting to be honest, watching the game and watching their replays. I don't know what he was doing, why he pushed somebody on the Bills sideline, but he deserved to get ejected. And that was made even worse when later in the first half, Devondre Campbell got hurt, and he missed the rest of the game. Was not on the field at all in the second half. So the Packers were down both their linebackers, and it's hard to judge what was going on in the second half because he had two guys that had really no experience playing at all so far this season that both got all the snaps in the second half. But that being said, the defense wasn't terrible in the second half. Josh Allen did not have a huge day. While he did make some key plays to get first downs, and that was enough to get them the win, he did not have a huge day, and the Bills' offense was kept in check. Thanks mostly to a couple of really huge defensive plays by Rasul Douglas and Jair Alexander, both of them after missing opportunities in previous games. Those two guys both came up with key interceptions that kept the Bills from scoring. So, some rays of hope for this team, both offensively and defensively. If they can build on that, if they can learn from that, and offensively stick with that game plan and getting that run game going, I think there is hope that they can win games going forward. This was a really good Bills team. Didn't expect them to win. I wouldn't have expected them to win if this team was playing well. So to have some good signs in this game. They did lose by 10 points, but it wasn't a terrible performance, at least in my opinion. Something to build on. We'll take a look at this game in more detail in a couple days. On Tuesday, I'll have a full review of this game. Going to talk a little bit about the receiver situation with this team and how it ended up basically in this state, that they're having to rely on rookies to get this done, and why I'm not excited about any of the veterans on this offense right now. But we'll go into that this week. In the meantime, have a great rest of your night. Have a great week. Be safe and go Pack Go.